Hello there, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome. So I'm just going to get the stream set up here, and then we'll begin properly. Now, I'm not at home today. I'm in fact at the studio when I stay for university. So, no Teddy this time. I'm sure some of you will be disappointed. His snores are pretty loud. They're quite comforting sometimes, because you think, well, if he snores that loud, I mean, I'm not that loud, so makes you feel a little bit better about yourself, at least in that degree. Let's share these links. Not be long, and then we'll get started properly. In the future, I should be able to have these a little bit more planned out. But we'll see. We'll see. Okay. Just sharing this on YouTube, and then we'll get going. There we are. I see we've got a couple people in here already. Good to have you. Hope you guys are doing well. I'm not going to be a dumbass this time and forget to, take off the image here. So let me just go ahead and get the stream up on my phone so I can see the chat, and then we'll get going. Right, let me go ahead and sort this so I can see the chat. I'd like to see the chat. It's not working properly. Bah, humbug. Okay, we'll figure it out. Righto. I'm going to go ahead and drop the image here so you guys can actually see what's going on. And we'll get the game up here. Okay. There we go, Twitch wants to play ball now, that's good. Okay, so, where we'd left off last time is we'd assigned I believe, entirety of the Hungarian Air Force, which is at least something to work with. We still have the Czechs. There is some elements over here to still utilize. It does come down to like how we want you to use it. Like, we do have our helicopters. We do still have some interceptors over here. I'm going to go ahead and just hide that so we can see. Something I'm considering as well is that we do have the POMCA, so basically the pre-positioned assets in Europe. Well, basically pre-positioned ammunition and weapon stores, etc. that the US has in Europe in various locations. We can try to hit them with bombers to try and lessen the amount of reinforcements that the US will bring, but we'll see. It depends really what we have available for that. But today, in this part, maybe we can get it all done today, I doubt it, but we'll see. We've got about an hour or so here today, so we'll try and do our best. We've got some assets to use. I'm thinking about maybe dropping something here to get the air stacking sorted. So right here I've got 4, 6, and I wanted to bring some others from over this way, didn't I? Yeah, that's 9. Alright. Let me go ahead and split this guy out. Hang on now. Oh, this isn't right. Hang on, let me just load up the actual save there. Email, okay. Let me just make sure everything's right there. And hopefully I've not made a mistake. I suppose I did click continue, so maybe I continued from like a previous game of some nature. I think that's probably what it was, so we'll see. Yeah, I forgot to load up the play by email. Whoops. That's disconcerting. Oh, okay, there we are. Oh, that's interesting. I didn't realise you could have another option to play those cards. That's interesting. Did not know that. But either way, then we have things set up now. Yeah, there we are. We're good to go. So we've got 414 there. I'm still looking at trying to like deal with the US assets around here. Well, basically NATO assets. This one seems to reduce in strength, but I'm hoping I can reduce this further. I'd look to bring down We do have anti-radiation missile equipped aircraft. I would like to try and take out this guy here, and then try and rain down hell on these US units. But these US units, there's not that much in the way of strength, but these are divisions, so I can't take them as jokes, especially an armoured division. That's no joke. We know there's armoured forces. Well, we know there's forces here and here, and also over here at Frankfurt too, and as well behind the lines. So they're no jokes. I would like to try and employ the fighter bombers against them, just to try and throw assets there. So we've got our reconnaissance over here then, so these are countermeasures, etc. Yak 2B, so reconnaissance, and this is our, yeah, reconnaissance here. This one's very cool though. Yeah, there we go, we have the anti-radar missiles and electric jamming pods, okay. Launched in service to air anti-radar missions. Yep, these are pretty good. They've got pretty good land stats there as well, obviously to represent the fact that they're going to try and take out those guys. But they're really, really useful, and I really need to decide where I want to place them. I'm going to position the Polish Air Force as well, because we need to have them defend. The Czechs as well, I've really committed quite heavy. So I'd like to try and have something just to try and intercept the enemy coming in here, so try and spread this out. But we'll see what we can do here. Having air superiority is useful too. It depends really, like, I can expect a number of things. He may try to attack us in the Warsaw Pact interior, or he may try to just respond to this over here. And in some ways, going all in on attacking does force him to have to make a decision, because if he's not supported his units, then he could always go for the strategic campaign, like strategic air campaign. That's definitely doable. But I've got to try and force him into making a decision, and ideally I'd like to try and focus on dealing with me at the front rather than dealing with my interior, so at least the interior remains undamaged. But we'll see about that. We do have a number of fighters I can move up as well, like these additional MiGs over here, just additional fighters at the back are going to be useful. So I'll have them moved up and they can act as like air defense. Poland can more or less take care of itself, which is pretty good. Right, let's see. We do have a number of assets over here as well. These SU-15s are really nice. Alright, yeah, quite a few assets still over here though, which is good. We do have maybe heavy bombers over here. Well, we've got our naval assets over here. These are represented by just a Soviet flag. So you can tell that these are meant for hitting ships. So let's see. Yeah, Tu-22Ms. Oh, hang on. Yeah, anti-ship warfare. There we go. So what I'm thinking about doing here then, so we have 14. What I'm thinking here, yeah, anti-ship missions, is essentially go in with the air power against NATO ship in here. I want to make sure that these guys are equipped with like fighters, but you can only fit so much in here, like 14. So having some fighters in there would be quite nice, just to try and like escort them really. Let's see. Yeah, this one specializes in tracking and fighting against submarines, okay. But I think I need to take out just warships really to begin with. So I think I'll take these guys out for now. I could have them deployed elsewhere, but whoops. But I want to make sure that they always have like some kind of fighter cover. Right, that brings us to 12. So I could take apart, take out some air cover here. These MiGs, okay, these guys over here would be pretty good. They're 4-4. These MiG-30 ones are amazing. Maybe I can take something out and place in a better group. Wow, those are free. That's pretty hefty. Okay. Right. Maybe just place them back in there. Or place them in there, I should say. Okay, these SU-15s are about the right size. This one's also about the right size, in fact. 5.5, 5.5. These ones interestingly have stealth, which is pretty nice. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is place them in there so they can escort. I'll then have these guys committed to attacking NATO air. The NATO shipping. I'm hoping that they're not going to get intercepted. Okay, no unit was hit. The mission of both sides continue. That's good. Yeah, you can see there's a larger group over here, but I'm going to try and hit this smaller group to begin with. Maybe I would have preferred to have hit this larger group, but it does mean that we'd be closing in on NATO air. But what I want to try and do here then is, I mean, I do have these naval assets which I moved over here. What I want to try and do is essentially just try and, because I do have some odds in my favour in terms of like numerical, so I'm going to try and take some of that out. It would be great if I could really just like stack in some additional fighter cover here, but you know, it is what it is. Alright, let's focus on certain tasks at a time, and just so I don't get distracted and we end up taking longer. I think I'll probably finish committing the rest of the Czechoslovakian forces. Right, so we've got the big 21s. Alright, move them there. Okay. These fighter bombers then. 2-2. Not terrible at the end of the day. It does add up. Right. We've got a heavy commitment of bombers over here. It's not showing everything. These guys just floating around to provide protection. I mean, there's a division over here. These guys are no jokes. I do need to take care of them. Thinking with fighter bombers, though, I mean, especially like things like this, the SU-25, they're pretty amazing. Really quite amazing. I may want them committed over here so these Hungarian forces can move up further and move up faster. I'll do that, in fact. Right, we can get about a little bit more in there. So we've got helicopters over here, and again, these helicopters are very good. 5.5 is very, very nice. The fighter bombers over here, so 4. I'm only seeing this one annoyingly right now because it's committed. The other stacks I can't see underneath it, unfortunately. Oh, there we go. There, okay, now I can see. Yeah, it seems like they're not combined for some odd reason. But what I'll do then is, let's see. Now that fighter bomber group is very strong. These helicopters can't move all that fast. I think I will have them committed over here. Well, actually, no, let's see. Do I have something that's like a 2? Oh, we've got a 1 over here, that could work. We've also got additional bombers over here. Right. Additional helicopters there. 7. The helicopters are very, very efficient. I'll have them placed in there and take another bomber group. Yeah, we'll take this bomber group over here then. Okay, there we are. These helicopters over here then, because we do have attack helicopters, we also do have these transport helicopters as well. Their land attack's obviously not as great, but they do help. Transport helicopters and all. So, in terms of what we have, ground forces wise, we do have a solid force over here. I believe we do have a I have a Czech army over here as well. So I'll have a Czechoslovakian army sent, well, Czech army sent this way. And then we can have the Soviet forces continue moving. I really need to maintain momentum. So the entire idea here really is that the Czechs are there just to take the initial engagements and push in on the initial fronts, and then at that point we do have somebody come up that's fresher. Okay. Now, I'm gonna go ahead and take... Right, Sputnik's engaged over here. I did have Sputnik over here to the north, I think it was. Oh yeah, it is it. Sputnik, where be thou? Let me go ahead and... Units... Sputnik. Sputnik. Oh, there you are. Oh, you're committed. Apparently you're committed here, that's a shame. I think sometimes there may be a little bit of a bug here with the play by email, but it is what it is, I guess. Right, well, we'll focus on taking out this area here then. So what do we have here then? Okay. Let me go ahead and take these out just so I can focus on having a more active kill. I need to achieve aerial dominance after all. Yeah, I do need to shift up these fighters and shift up just helicopters and all that sort of jazz, really. Right, so we're looking at 9 there. They should be able to make it. Let me double check, but they should. 15. What I'll do then is I'll leave this MiG-23 group over here and take these 2 groups of MiG-29s. There we go, we'll move them down this way. Maybe I combine this group, we'll see how much we have. Right, it takes us to 12. These guys are 2, so what I'll do is combine these in here. Actually, still at 12. It's because I have these guys in here. I could have these deployed over here just to gain as like some. The issue is there's AA, which will attrit us, so something to bear in mind. We do have airfields over here as well that I could bear in mind. I think I'll probably have this maybe. There's not really air defense around here, but again, I could also just place like check defense over here, which I'm gonna go ahead and. I can't afford to move that. I'll have these guys moved over here just for a little bit more air defense this way. These guys, I'll have base over here. And then at least I do have some protection around this area, because I do need to protect. Right, that brings us to that. So what I'll do then is I'll take some additional assets from over here. Let's see. Yeah, SU-24s. Where I've got the Yaks. What do we want to do here then? These guys... they do have land attack. Well, they have land defense in fairness. Yeah. This one has apparently land attack, which is interesting. The stats on this one's insane, really. Okay. I could maybe have this group go in here. Maybe... I think probably have them as a group that goes in with the radiation killer. So that's 1. These guys go free through, which is pretty nice. So I'll grab these as well. I think they both may have that task. So move that in over there. Now, let's see. So the problem is I'm not going to have bombers in there. It'd be nice to cause more damage. But I'll try and make sure this air group can survive. I'm going to have like the anti-radiation missiles in there, so that's at least something. Right, we'll move them over here. Some units cannot leave. Oh. Ah, I didn't realise. Did they ever have the range? Alright, let me go back. I didn't realise about that, sorry. I need to have them with the range. I don't think I'll be able to actually use them, but let me go ahead and get back into that. Apologies there, I didn't realise that they only had the 9 movement, so yes, they could make it there, but they couldn't make it much further. That's alright, we didn't do too much. I do apologise often with these videos, and until really the game does get started, the first turn is where a lot of decisions have to be made. And it is going to be a shame. I'm going to have to like think about a lot of things and talk about a lot of things. But yeah, I didn't realise that they had 9 movement. I don't think I'd be able to actually deploy them first turn. Which is a bit rough, but it is what it is. Do I want to use chemical? No, I'm going to skip that still. I don't know. Music's so amazing. Okay. Oh, they're still here. Oh, it's okay. God damn it. Well, that's my problem for not realising. I'll just live with it as is then. They'll move back, but I can move them later. Bit of a shame, but yeah, otherwise I could have moved them up to an airfield. It's one of those things. Like I said, this is not going to be a perfect game. What do we have on these guys? Still got movement, so I think I'll move them. Let's move them over here, just so I can get the others in here. Alright, there we are. So move over here, engage. Right, shoot down 2 NATO aircraft. Oh, see, this is a problem when engaging battle now. Sometimes you can move them around. Maybe I should have them moved around, but I do like to have it... I do complain, but in fairness, it does mean that we have ensured aerial supremacy over here. Okay. Has weakened them a little bit more. So I could come in here with fighter bombers, and that may be something to do there. But I think I'd like to... How you doing there, Dry? Berlin we can definitely take. Berlin's going to be coming up soon. What I'm going to do here then, so we have these helicopters. So these are our transport helicopters. I do need to have them pre-positioned so I can actually make use of them. What I'm going to do then... So they can move a fair distance, but I'm going to have them based at an airfield, really. Let me base them at this airfield here. Fighter bombers. These fighter bombers are not particularly strong, though. I'm going to have them based over here just for that protection. Okay. There's at least some air defense around here, but not a huge amount. Hey, doing that, Chillbot. Good to have you, my man. So we do have our stronger fighter bombers over this way. We also do have the other fighter bomber group here. What I'll do then is combine these guys. I'd like to have a very strong fighter bomber group. And have them escort bombers, really. That'd be quite nice. Right, these guys need to be shifted out. They're not going to have the range, but I'll push them forward shortly enough. So I've got a bomber group over here. And there's a bomber group over here, okay. I believe I have heavy bomber regiments around here somewhere. Yeah, SU-17's okay. I think my heavy bombers are over here to the north. Yeah, these guys. Okay. And these guys are fairly strong as well, which is pretty good. So what do I have here? I have 5 in terms of air. I could have 20 over Nuremberg, 14 over here. I don't have actually anybody in here. I am thinking about what tigers I want to go ahead in here. I know there's a concentration of air power here. Well, sorry, a concentration of land over here. I could hit maybe the Germans over here at the front. I need to really attrit them. I still have more air power in the area, so maybe... perhaps what we'll do then is we'll have the fighter bombers held in reserve for now, and then we'll move them in. Like, I've got another fighter bomber group over here. They're not amazing, but at the end of the day, they do add into that firepower, so we'll bear them in mind. These helicopters as well will have utilised too. They should be able to make it out here to potentially attack this way. But I may have them committed to this area around here, or maybe I have them committed over here to attack. I need them to really just do well. But I'll probably have them shifted up over here to help with the advance into Germany around Nuremberg. But it depends really. Probably do want to push through Austria as quickly as possible, so maybe hitting everything in Austria is not a bad idea. But yeah, we'll see here. What I'm going to go ahead and do is we'll spread out the Polish defensive air power shortly enough, but we'll get there shortly enough. So yeah, we'll concentrate on the air power front. Like I said, I'm going to be a bit all over until I get things sorted, so forgive me for that. Got helicopters over here. They can participate in here, really. And this is rough terrain. Rough terrain really around here. I do want to move outside the rough terrain as quickly as absolutely possible. Yeah, see, I'd hoped I could have... Yeah, I should really have set them up on larger moves. But again, this is something that you'll learn. That I've learned. So there we are. Right. Yeah, these SU-25s are really, very good. Oh, so we've got a Czech group over here, actually. That's a very nice Czech group. It's quite nice as well, but it's actually outside the bounds. I don't think it's actually meant to be over here at Dresden. I think this had actually been raised by Alex as an issue, but who knows? Either way, it does come in handy for defense. So I'm not going to look too negatively on it right now. Alright. So we've got bombers over here too. Yaks, okay. Let's see the helicopters over here. These fighter groups are pretty damn good. Right, we've got another large fighter group over here too. Yeah, these are very large fighter groups. Obviously, these are intended to go this way. Now, it depends really on how I want to take it. Like, for example, there's a lot of NATO air power over here, and I could attack that, but what I decided to do is really try and focus on certain areas, try and focus on certain theaters and break them. Certain areas... Let's see. I believe I have air defenses around here. Well, we have ground defenses. I believe there is air... Yeah, there's air defense over here. Yeah, we have a couple sites of air defense. Yeah, air defense here. There's at least two over here. Yeah, air defense here, okay. So these guys do at least have air defense. It's not a lot, but at least it is something. It does help out. It's on top of the actual forces air defense as well. Like, we've got these SA-12s over here as well, the mobile variants. Got SA-11s as well. They're pretty deadly. Yeah, these guys are very deadly. So we do have a decent bit of air defense over here. It is going to make life harder, but I want to really try and focus on destroying the enemy where I can and weaken them in an area, in a theatre. So it will necessitate him having to redeploy those forces out there. So we've got fighting units over here. These guys are just basically intended for just covering ground troops, which is why their lowest strength is just to have that air cover. But I want to deal with these guys. So what we're going to do is we're going to focus against these, deal with these guys around Nuremberg. That will at least help the Czechs actually to make some gains. And around here it's not too bad. Like, we do have strong forces. There's not that much, but again, we are close to Frankfurt, so he will respond very quickly. So I've got to bear that in mind. But we do have air landing groups over here, so we do need to reinforce them. But that will hopefully deal with the air defenses over here, but then we can link up. Once we link up, at least we do have some strength there, just to ensure that I can then move out and capture these other provinces. But I want to hit this area with air power pretty badly. I really want to throw bombers against it. So, these guys over here. Fighter bombers as well. Okay. Let me grab these guys. Oh, not these guys, sorry. Okay, grab that group. These SU-25s, I really want to try and concentrate them if I can. They're tough old birds. And they really pack a punch here on land. Really pack a punch. Even on sea they pack a punch, but yeah, definitely here. And they've got air defense too, which helps out. Let's see. Right, that's a 13 group. Let me find something just pretty nice, bring up to 14. And then I'll have them fly around here, I believe. Try and just destroy that air power. Maybe I've got another unit over here for that task, but I don't actually. No, but I want to get those to the front. Alright. Looks like I expended those, for the most part. So I don't think I'll find something that's like a 1, unless I take like a small unit over here. We'll see. Can you guys just confirm that you can hear me and everything's okay? Sometimes I do wonder if like I've hooked up or something. But we've got decent movement here, so I'm going to go ahead and do then. It's just practice what I was talking about. So let me go ahead and just make sure we go this way. Damn it. If I will go this way. Yeah, that works, in fact. Yeah, that'll work. Right, so we'll go with that flyby. This is what I was talking about earlier, so we shoot down... Oh, we got... It's going to be an interesting role here. We are going to intercept a lot of air power and be intercepted by a lot. Things went by a little quickly, so I can't really see how things went there, but we'll find out eventually. But we did knock out this air power here, so that's good. Alright, let's see. Maybe I go this way. But this is what I should have been doing earlier, so I've learned a lesson there. These are like basically your penetration rates. You know, that'll work, that'll work. And then they can fly just to the south or something. Oh no, they can't actually. We'll go with just that then. Alright. Lose a couple on the way around. So it'd be really nice to hit this with bombers too. Got a little bit of movement there, just two. I don't want to be on top of this because I won't then be able to bomb it. I might try and go for the helicopters over here then. If I go this way, I might be able to get them both, perhaps. Alright, see the enemies out this way. Alright, yeah, there we go. Force them away. Right, that'll do for now, I guess. These guys can go further, so that's at least something, but I'll keep them together because it does help to shield them. So we have taken out a good bit of air power there. I think I may just have the bombers committed to this area then. Hitting Nuremberg is going to be really interesting. This is like a lot of support assets as well, so maybe hitting that. I can get 14 in here. We'll see. This area's been weakened as well. I'm going to go ahead and just grab this reconnaissance aircraft here. Right. So you can see that we do have US over here. And there's US over here. So really what I want to try and do then is just hit them as hard as I possibly can from the air. It may cost us, but it depends. Like, he may not be able to respond to everything. Oh, intercepted there. Yeah, we have a Pomka site over here as well, which I'd really love to hit. But I want to really throw my air into, like, a concentrated ordeal. I don't like the air defenses over here, but hitting him hard before our forces get into contact is pretty good. Because at the end of the day, he's going to be looking at using this to slow us down. So what I'm going to do then is gather bombers. I need to obviously figure out which is going to be the greatest target. Alright. Do have other bombers in this area. So in terms of what we have here, like, that's my... Aviation is -1 bombardment. Over here at Nuremberg, -2 from aviation. Here is -2. Okay. I think probably focused on hitting Würzburg then. How do you want to pronounce that? If I was saying that, it would be nice to weaken this. Now, because he's like forward positioned, it does mean that his units are all within reach of air power, so I really need to make sure I hit everything and try and make sure he just doesn't have the ability to cover everything. But I need to hit big units, because that's where he can do quite a bit of damage. But smaller units are easy to destroy, because obviously you like throw rolls against them and concentrate in. But again, it's one of those. But he's got his support assets over here. He's got like a US concentration over here. He's got a US concentration over here. But this one is the one where I can do the most damage, because they have the least amount of protection. Here they have citizen force to work for them. So in terms of how I want to take my advance, like there's no road over here and it is crossing the river. What I may want to go ahead and do then is push into Fulda and then push north. I've got a second large army over here, but the issue is once I commit it this way. Bad contingent, yeah. I may make a bit of a feint, like push this way and then push to the north. Like try and secure the road to go up this way. But it depends. I've really got to push him as hard as I can, but it's not going to go super well. I know there's a lot of indecision here. That's kind of what I'm known for, is Mr. Indecision Man. Alright, let's see. I might just have these units committed over here to make sure everybody has, like, some cover. Check army here, check army here. Alright, so there's also German concentrations over here as well. The Germans are not weak. There's quite a lot of strength, but I'm hoping that these armies will have sufficient strength to be able to break through them. So these guys fall for... I really need to have these bombers just do a crap load of damage. It's not certain that they will. Their morale's not exactly amazing. Quite a lot of defenses over here. Yeah, we have some nice stuff out here, SA-10s. Yeah, some nice things around Moscow. Yeah, the heavy bombers over here. Perhaps what I go ahead and do then is essentially have the heavy bombers come in as like a brick wall there. How you doing there, Shu? Good to have you, my man. You don't have a huge Sturmovik, yeah. We've got actually 25, which is basically the modern Sturmovik. Right, another light bomber there. What do we have in this heavy bomber group? 24, okay. Oh, 15, I should say. Right, 15. What do we have over here? Right. I'm trying to think how I want this to go, because I need to worry about being flanked. So if I go this way, and don't push this way, but it's taking a lot of Soviet pressure off the north here. I guess what we'll have to try and do is, like, we do have the forces, it's just trying to get them employed correctly, really. Air support's going to be a bit of a problem over here, because I don't really want to overly tangle with NATO air power. I'll try and concentrate and hit certain aspects of it, like chip away at it, engage with one squadron at a time, but certain places I won't be able to. But I do need to support the attacks over here, really, so I will have to try and break there. This one is a problem, because I have forces to push in here, forces to push in here, or here. So, well, I say that. I mean, this could be potentially dealt with, but it could be also quickly reinforced, which is a bit of a problem there. Well, not that quickly, because they have to come down here. So maybe I do hit this and just hit these areas here. But I would like to weaken him here as well around Nuremberg, because this is where the offensive's coming through. So I think what we'll do is we focus on where the offensive's going to come through first, and then go... So I think I'll have the heavy bombers hit him over here at Nuremberg, perhaps. There's also a lot of indecision when it comes to this, because I need to make sure I'm making a good decision here. I'm not confident about this campaign. I think we'll probably lose. I have been handicapped by decisions to not use tactical nukes nor chemicals, so we'll see. We also didn't go with all the options that we could have gone with. So in hindsight, I could have gone with more mobilization, but I wasn't entirely sure how many VPs we'd have left over. So it's one of those. Definitely a learning game. Alright, let's see. Love those SG-25s. Very nice. Okay. What I'm going to do then is just concentrate bombers then. Oops. Now there's air stacking involved here, so... I could actually break through down to this area. There's only a 14 though. This is at least where I can get 20 involved. So, let's try and stack that damage. Oops. Or do I? Let's see, how many have I? 2. Okay. What I'll do then is I'll take these guys out. 14 then. And I think I will hit these guys then. I think at the end of the day, if I hit them here at Würzburg, it does mean... because I can break through this way. Okay. Do take some hits, we also inflict some hits. These guys, yeah, they can also cancel out a hit, so it's not too bad. A lot of that does go for both sides. We're throwing in a lot of bombers there. Right, 10 here. Oh, they have anti-radiation, okay. Oh, that's really handy, actually. Oh, there's 3 of them here. Okay, these guys have a lot of range now. Okay, that's really nice. I like that. So try and hit these sites over here, which would be very nice. Also, hitting their air defense, too, is a big deal. Alright. I could have them concentrated to really hit them hard. I'm not entirely sure what the composition of these stacks are, which is also a problem. But I know it's these assets over here that I would like to try and take out. So let's see. I'm going to go ahead and take this group, by the way, and have them just over here, I think. The reason being is I just want to make sure that we have a little bit of protection around here. Also make it a little bit harder for them to just break through. Maybe I could have moved them back over here to join against that, but they don't really have much in the way of ground. Well, they don't really have ground, so that's okay. Right, so where do I want to hit them? Maybe I want to concentrate it. The greatest strength that I've been able to observe here is really in the south, at least at the front here. There's like some sites of pretty strong air power, but at least I can actually use that against them and hit those. Let's see. I've got 7 here. What I'll do then is... let's move them there. Take 1 from over here. Yep, there we are. So that's at least a good opportunity there of 8 to hit these guys. Let me see, what else do I have in terms of SU-25? I really want to use those. Those guys are ballers. They're also brawlers.